Social multimedia taken care of, hopefully. We're trying to solve a weird issue. Let's put it that way. Start Unity as well. In the original game, we used these guys. We looked at them yesterday at the end, but we need to fix them for real. We use these guys, and this is a prefab, but the models in it using a negative scale, so it flips them around in Unity. So like, yeah, like that. That doesn't seem to work in the same way in Godot. I think there's a multitude of issues because my exporting probably isn't doing this correctly. Like it doesn't export this kind of thing correctly, but whenever I start it in Godot, let's see, what level was this? Like this one, I think. Yeah. They start looking really weird. I do like this graphics. Like it's inverted. Like this, the light source is to the top left here, but they seems to be lit from the bottom right, and there is no like soft, like smooth shading. It's just it looks like a what's called a cell shaded game. But they look way off compared to the rest of the level, and for whatever reason it seems like just inverting stuff doesn't work in Godot. So we're going to like do some testing first off by taking one of these. Where do you go? What's going on? Put this there. Why is this moving this and not the camera? Now it just disappears. Oh no. Oh, it's just way up. Oh yeah, this one is like super small. That's what's going on. Like these need like 30 in scale to be visible. For whatever reason we went with that. But if we invert one of these, like it looks really weird. But oh, never mind. It's linked, that's why. Yeah, like this. It is so weird. That gets this shading. I don't know if it's even... It's not even like... Is it flipping it? No, like it's not even properly... Oh, it is, it is. It's inverting it... But it's inverting it... Yes, that makes sense. And then if you invert it in 2, directions, it works. It doesn't matter what 2 axis that you use. But 2 of them needs to be inverted for the inversion to work. I wonder if we should try recreating this thing. Because, let's see, child, node 3D. Because in my mind, this should be able to be recreated. Like if we just invert this, not like if we copy these values. I need better names. I think it's that one. These are the ones that use the same named one. Did I think I named it that? Was that object 00? Ah, fucking hell. The names are so bad. I think if we use 2 of these, it's going to be fine. Oh yeah, then we can start looking at like transforms, which would be like 25, 25, 25. That's one. Let's take this. Then there's some rotations and all that, of course. X is, oh yeah, that's that. Invert that. And we can invert that, but not invert that. I think that's how it should be. Take that, invert that, invert, but don't invert that. Surely that should be inverted as well. I'm so lost. It's 50, 87. It doesn't look, it looks like shit. This is the, like the entire shape. I might be using the wrong ones. It's one of these like really annoying ones where they use the same named mesh, but one of them is just smaller. And it's like I'm pretty sure it's more or less impossible to figure out which one it is. Not impossible, I can just check the mesh data. That's my current lead at least. This would be the big one. What does the code even say? I had my lookup table. Let's start over. All right. We have the big barricade. It's called the barricade 02. So that's the this one. Godot is far down. So that's the first one, which we can confirm, I hope, by scaling this up and setting its values. This doesn't have like a internal, no, it's fine. There's no other offsets that I need to keep in mind. It should be 87 and that should be 1.5. It looks like shit. The rotation somewhere. I guess the node has a minus 40. I mean, that's getting closer. It's not correct. Or is it? It's the wrong way around, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Oh, it's really the wrong way around. I can see how Unity would do it. Like from this point on, imagine if you inverted it from the x-axis. That would actually kind of closely create this. I think there's a rotation that's incorrect somewhere, but like you have these two stones down here and they are inverted up here. So like if it's swapped around it properly, it would be correct. But from what I can gather, there is no way of actually doing that. Yeah, like again, I think that this is how it kind of looks, I guess. So hard to tell. Is there nice metric? Oh, move. It's not perfect, but like it's around correct. We would have to rotate X a bit. Or is it this rotation that's incorrect? Like it should be like this, perhaps. I don't know. Like it's. I don't know why that rotation would be off by 10 or whatever. It's still not correct. I was thinking 90 minus 40. Or plus 40, I guess. But it's more like this, like 100. Like this is pretty spot on, I think. Except that this fucks up the rendering for whatever reason. Where's my light? Party. So weird. Such an odd issue. I think it's drawing. Like it has. I think it has to do with shadows. It draws the light where the shadow should be from the shadow map calculation or whatever it's called. This is so weird. Does double fix it? Hold on. That might be it. Is this? Oh, it said Now the Z axis is incorrect. I'm kind of feeling the whole let's just create another mesh in Blender thing going on here. I suppose one of the rotations has to be inverted as well or something. Hold. No, it's incorrect. Needs to be flipped on Z. Now the stones on the correct orientation, but it's inverted in the wrong way. Still the same. I mean, this is kind of like waste. I mean, can I even like replicate this? Because like either way, this feels so brittle. Like even if I like find a thing that should work, it's kind of weird. Hold on. And now I need to flip it in X. But then I get that. And the small, I'm looking at these two small rocks. They're on the wrong side here. They should be on this side. Let's how do you create a scene? How the hell do you create a scene? Oh. Thinking maybe we could test around a bit in Unity to see if what the like behavior is. These, where are these guys then? That's perhaps, yeah. I think this is the one. But this one is like this one is flipped. But we can use it as a reference. I see. Then let's how do you do this? It's like mesh filter, mesh renderer. We want to use that one. That's the material. This needs like 25, 25. That's 35. Okay, and that has a material. Okay, copy this. Here we go. That's the more or less this guy, right? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. And if we do something similar in here, let's start over. Put this at 0. Like this, now it's just a empty thing. Well, except the scale. Did I put this? Oh yeah. Unit is a bit weird since, yeah. It's rotated for whatever reason. Well said. Yeah, I mean that might just. I don't think that's an issue per se. Like, would it be? Yeah, we have the same thing here now, right? On the same direction on it. If we now negate the scale, what happens in both cases? They do change the same way. Like they end up looking the same, but the rendering looks really odd in Godot. Like if you take a look at the actual mesh, it's actually doing the inversion correctly. Is it down to the, like, could I fix this with a a different shader. Because right now it's only using like a flat shader, I guess. Let's create a shader. We can have this, I guess. How do you change the default? Can you even? I mean, there's another there's another way of checking. What happens if we reverse it in Blender or invert it? Let's see. So the render is slightly, of course, slightly different, but I guess it would be something similar. No, it's not. Okay. Because I don't know if I exported the material. Can you do that? I export it somewhere else. I open POB. It seems to be down to the material. Because this one's, of course, now also inverted. That's actually really nice. Oh, although I do wonder, like, how in we'd like to use external, yeah. If we can we save this material? What do you mean no import ID? I mean, I'm an adult. Surely I can just make a material. There we go. Perfect. Uh, we now then use external. And now it looks kind of okay. Okay, so what's actually just down to the material. That's comforting, I must say. I still think it's like there's still some issues exporting this. Because like even now with the fixed assets, I think these are, for example, a bit. No, these seem good. Yeah, of course the materials will now be a bit different. You know, like if we now take a look over here, the shapes are just all over the place. So, but at least the material is able to handle being inverted. Should probably use this on all of these guys. Guess this one will have the same issue. Because we're going to like overwrite this anyway, and that can stay for now. And mushroom. This one didn't even get the material that's shaded. Same with this guy. For what they all got a bit different, but I guess that's from. I should have exported them without materials. Let's just do this for everyone. I'm not sure if this is the correct way of doing this. But they are going to get like Godot materials anyway. And I think using Godot materials should be preferable, since that makes it like it guarantees more or less that the engine can handle it. We don't have to like trust the Blender export and Godot import doing the correct things. We can just kind of trust them or something. I don't know. Okay, so we actually have a scene now, which is OS 07. Actually, it looks like that. I was wondering. Okay. But this is completely off the right side, because these are all negative scale, which is have been saved incorrectly. And I'm pretty sure it's down to the like the actual export rather than the import. Because I have my odd way of handling submeshes. Because I think the main issue is that the scaling is a bit like you can't calculate it properly. Like these values are all over the place. I wonder if I should. No, I can't save this. Because there should be like 25, 25, 25. And then negative 25. Like, this is the difficult part, because it's of course based on that this is flipped, but the actual model itself isn't flipped. These values are correct-ish. And if we actually just input these guys, like it does look correct, right? It's not correct. No, it's correct. A bit hard to see with the other things. Yeah, these two rocks are here. just like this one. Oh, this is so annoying. I don't know how to save this though. Because I would like the left side, the non-flip side look good. So I want to have I don't want to have code that goes through and looks for, oh, does this contain a underscore F or is exactly this prefab? In that case, do that, because that's kind of a rabbit hole in trying to get things to work. I would like to avoid that if at all possible. But it's good to know that if we set the correct values, it should work. One thing that's really weird. Never mind, it might not be weird at all. Hold on. Oh, it's weird. Oh, I can't regret. It seems like I shouldn't. Because normally I just export the cell rotation as is, but it should be flipped from the looks of it. Or like inverted. It's like, I mean, this one's a bit off. This is kind of what I mean. It's it seems like changing the scale means that yeah, it's definitely doing something. I also don't know if this is the correct mesh even. It would be nice to be able to see the axis. So I think this looks correct-ish. If it's, but yeah, I don't even know if it's the. Yeah, this is not the correct mesh to begin with. Like, we should have the bottom half thing. This is the one that shares the name with this one, so it's impossible for the exporter to know which one it is. So yeah, we can close this. Yeah, so like if we ignore this upper part, it looks somewhat correct. If we believe the camera to be over here instead. So I like it's really odd to know what to invert and whatnot. Because now these values should not be inverted. Except for the X scale, which should be inverted. Just because... Oh yeah, that makes sense. Because the parent is not scaled in my case. Should it be? Maybe that's easier. I guess it won't work because they have their positions based on the parent. Oh, shouldn't it work? Hmm. Well, yeah, it's the export code that we need to look at. It's like in here, right? Yeah. This code doesn't export the correct thing if if one of the parents are flipped. I think we need to create a scene actually. Which only contains that prefab. Because this will make it a bit easier to do some like debugging and all that. Is this a shaped planet? It is. Cool. So it should be picked up. So if we run Is it possible to add? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So these values are completely off right now. If I flip this, they should be correct. Yeah, now it like understands things. And like this is super annoying to figure out as well. Scale is multiplicative, right? Because you could also, instead of, like these are trying to use the positions and rotations as they are found inside the world. Like I'm just asking the object, where in the world are you? And the object itself might not understand that it's like scaled. I guess. Because these are the values that are being used in the calculation. Yeah, as you can see here, when I ask this specifically, hey, what's your world scale? It comes up with 540, which is most likely what 30 times 18 is. Yes. So it's like it's trying its best. The problem is that it should be minus 500 and minus 18. We have a calculator. Like 30 times minus 8. 30 times. I need a better calculator. 30 times minus 18 minus 540. Oh yeah, that would flip it in the x-axis and make it very large. But that, I mean, it's the same. What we do here is some division to be like if it was clear minus 18 1 minus 18 divided by 30. It's minus 0.6. Why is it minus 0.6? I think I need to go to the thinking booth for a bit. Be right back. I forgot my professional looking be right back screen. I think a way of solving this is to, rather than use this approach, we kind of let's just do that for now. For now, or what we could do is that the issue at hand more or less stems from that this node is ignored by the exporter. So what will happen is that we go to this node, say, do you have any form of meshes? No. Do you have any meshes? No. Do you have any meshes? I mean, that's a text mesh, but no. Then it goes down the like tree like that, gets to here, and then no, you don't have meshes, but you have children. Oh, you have a mesh. Okay, where are you in the world? And that means that the models is inverted. The asking where are you in the world fails, meaning that it will fail in other situations as well. So what we could do, since this is a recursive function, we could like keep track of the local transform that we should be using. Like we just keep sending down a modified transform further and further. Meaning that when it visits this, it will apply the scale to that transform we sent from the top. And we use that with like, then we can just check the local stuff, add that to the transform, and boom, it should just work. It just works. I think that would be a more reliable thing than this. That also means that we can skip doing the whole lossy scale thing, because we will actually have the real scale. So I think that I hate this node, local transform node, transform position. You multiply that. Yeah, so it will be something like this. So whenever we get to a new level, we update a local transform. I guess we could even like modify C# within the new object. In C++, we will send this as a value. If that makes sense. I don't know, since it's a const reference update, it will be bad, so we need to create a new one. let's not explain that until we know. And the export mesh transform would then be that. Or would it? Because we have the whole depth thing here. Does that make sense? I think we can just skip this entire block of code. Does that work? Unity, create transform. How the hell do you create a transform? Yes. Guess that's how you do it. I'm over this song. I'm not over this song. Okay, let's look at the data. It's a large value. I think there's a multiplication that's done incorrectly somewhere. Should be multiplication, shouldn't it? Oh, I fucking hate references. I need to duplicate this transform because I'm modifying the same one, of course. I need a value. I am very lazy. I need a value. So I'm going to create one. Sure, Quaternion, do whatever you want. I want attempt to. Do I have a constructor for this? My dude, have you heard of a default constructor? Why? Have there multiple constructors or something? I so rarely use structs in C#. I mean, I guess we can just set it ourselves. I'm pretty sure multiplication is, it doesn't matter what order you do things in, but okay. What values did we end up with? I mean, they look really, really large, these values, but oh no. Maybe that is correct. It has to be, right? Because this scale. Oh. Is that scale always 1? Yeah. No, it shouldn't be. Why is that ignored? I mean, you can't have this. It's just fucking stupid. But it's something else that's off then. Okay. Let's first off do some. I need bigger indentations to read this. Okay, so I have these are the meshes. I mean, I can understand why it becomes minus 750 and all that. What I can't understand is it actually like 750? Because the planet here is further in scale, which is then multiplied by -1, so it's minus 30. We're looking at x right now. -1 is then, or minus 30 is then multiplied by 25, for example, which becomes 750. But is that actually correct? Because my level looks pretty fucking good with everything being scale 1 from when it comes to shaped planets. Is this something else that's incorrect? Because it's simply skipping that part. It's just applying scale. I need another unity thing. Save this level. OS 7. It's so much better. Where did I get 30 from? Oh, maybe that's just... It might be that I'm stupid. Because this is very big. Banger. Wrong. Can you reopen? It's not. Because it's using a saved one. Hey. Does this actually work? Have I mathed? Have I managed to do the simplest thing in math? I think we should try to export OS 7, see how it looks. What's the map even called? Edge of the Void. It's fucked up. But is it equally fucked up on both sides? I don't think it is. Where does it get 114 from? Oh. We do need some depth. There's a very way easier. Because it's just this. We use another transform. It's a bit easier to read. Okay, let's try this again. Your mom doesn't exist in this context. Oh yeah, it's got mesh.transform. That? I'm really sorry for if anyone is watching on YouTube because they can't hear the song so fucking good. Yeah, maybe I should actually port, transfer, replace, boom, boom. Let's go Godot. How does this look? Ah, equally bad. Nice, nice. It made no difference at all. Why is that? Actually, let's take a look. Because it doesn't really look like it's uniform. Like it would be fine if both sides were exactly the same, but as these platforms look odd. So I think the like they see how it should look. Like they should be over here. Oh, maybe. Oh yeah, this might be the issue because when we like try to find everything, we might end up on a child. Which means that it might be a child. But shouldn't this be? But I was thinking maybe we're using the wrong world position. My life. This might also be the issue. And it does mean that we can modify this a bit. Because now we can always do this. This be like root plus local. I have clicked on some godforsaken thing to get Copilot to do things. Yeah, that might work. Let's try this one. Things are spaced out, but some of them are also wrong. Is it the flipped ones that are incorrect? The flipped ones are incorrect. Somehow. Their rotation are like countered, perhaps? What was the... Guess I want this code. is dot Euler. Was there some like reduction of 100 or something? Like, no, it wasn't. This work. I love Unity. I copy these codes that worked before. What do you mean? Was it Euler? No, never mind. How the fuck did I have this before? Why can't I spell Euler for the save my life? Why can't you multiply? I think transform has scale, right? Yeah. It should be local. Since this local transform is like multiplied and everything throughout, means that this should be like an aggregated value, I guess you can call it. Oh, it takes a vector free or transform. Could probably check the data, but I want to see. More fun to see your failures in Godot. Old. I know it's going to sound stupid, but it's better. Not by much. No, it's fairly. I don't think it's better at all. Why can't I click on anything? I don't understand why that's getting. It looks like it's down to the. Like these guys should be zeroed out. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Why would this? Let's go to this guy. If you could fucking click it. Thank you. I might pick up the... Somewhat. It's so fucking annoying. I hate people who own dogs. Like I can't blame dogs, but it's like a somewhat small dog, from the sounds of it, that has been barking for 2 hours straight on one of the other floors in the apartment. It's not this one. This is another. I don't know. That's just an excited dog that's untrained instead. Because it can't. I don't know. Like, it feels like people. Surely this dog that's been barking on another floor here in the apartment is like the owners can't be at home because they would have like stopped it somehow. I don't know, like I'm a cat person, so I don't understand the point of dogs most of the time, but it seems yeah, no. Surely this is something that can be fixed even if you leave home without the dog. I don't know. Maybe it is like this. You don't know what your dog is doing if you're not home to see it, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, it seems like this shouldn't happen. What depth value do we get here? Because I would like. What do I expect to happen here? Is depth 0 when we send this, when we call this the first time? Yes. The depth is 0. Let's take a look at the actual. Oh wait, we have it. Okay. So if we take a look at one of these shaped planets, go for Goth. So we have that saved. Okay, because this Goth platform 44 minus 44 45, which I mean it's one of these, it's the one on the other side, but yeah, that makes sense that this one shaped planet has that value, and then it's probably sent down. Maybe I have to like wait another depth or something. We get the root transform. The root transform has 44. Just has Copilot figured out? It has. Somewhat, because I think that this is correct for position at very least. So on the first level, we use the root transform position. So this is like the top level object. And if we go further down, we use the aggregated local transform. That works for precision. I guess it works for scale and wait, isn't this awful? Yeah, we should always use the local. My bad. We're always at least a child of the top level object. Right? This has been such a classic I'm doing math thing, where I have no clue what I'm doing and just trying stuff until it kind of works, and then it doesn't work in other cases, most likely. There we go. Okay, the left side looks correct. The right side, though. But why would that be? Okay, this one's easier to look at in a vacuum. Okay, so we should have one small rock at the top. Is it inverted? Should really make my life a bit easier at some point and import the correct meshes for these ones. That one's also a bit easier to check. It's flying. is the scale, are we scaling the wrong value perhaps? Again, we're looking at stuff we can recognize. These 3 rocks, or these 3 rocks. This rotation. Yeah. Is that it for all of them? Why would their Y rotation be incorrect? What do we do with the Y rotation normally? That one that's... Oh, is this one of these cases? Because this is a flipped one. But this time, it's the game object that's called that's flipped. depends with. Would that solve it though? So like if we yes, that would solve it. Ignore again that they are a bit off. There's a difference between rotating it and rotating the everything in it. Seemingly it is. This is quite ugly. Don't do this. Make a good map editor instead. At least we're not like this is not something that's being done during the gameplay or anything, so look at that. It's fine that it takes a bit of time. I'm more like worried about false positives when it comes to this. Like for example, these are now incorrect for whatever reason. Is that down to the false positive? It is. Maybe it's a fixable. Because these might both be true at the same time. It should fix this map. But again, like I'm pretty hopeful because we're using a prefab here. But it might not catch everything. But we are getting there. Yeah, and these will look a bit off. Again, they don't have the correct mesh, and that's probably the next thing to fix. But I think that is... this is... I mean, we have gotten somewhere. That's for sure. So we can delete this. And this is... this now looks good. I hope. We have to do a full export and do some checking, of course. Because all the map have changed once more. And we need to start, like, we need to find all the weird edge cases. Okay, so they are exported. Let's restart. I should fix this awful thing as well. Give me a second. Like the list of levels. It's kind of annoying. We get all of them. Edge of the void, final outpost, rise a step. Good. This 6 maps. Blue Havoc, Burning Haven, Fractal, Equator, Limbo, Niflheim, Battery Pale Dust. Okay. Surely I can just do it like this. Can you do this? Is an old error? 66? Yeah, it is. That's not exactly what I had in mind. Yeah, there you go. No. How do you make switch in GD script? Do they have 4? I mean, fuck it. It's probably not the best looking code. I mean, sure. I understand. But it might be a bit difficult. Much better, actually. Okay. Let's take a step back. Now we're looking at maps. Looks correct. DM16. Hard to see. But it looks correct. I mean, we can skip the ones that has only as round planets because I haven't done anything on those. DM15. It used to be one of my favorites. I think we have some. We have one of the discharger. Actually, let's just check. We have one of the discharger time trials on this one, and I played that a lot for a bit. Still think I'm pretty high on the leaderboard on that one. Yeah, this one. I'm 7th. I wonder if there are any cheated ones. We had some cheated leaderboards, like obviously cheated leaderboard entries, like 2 seconds and all that. But so that we did remove manually. And it was like you want to hit all these three at the same time and all that. I can't replicate it now. I'm way too far away, but in skill, I haven't played this in years, but I at least have 470 FPS. But yeah, that was one of my favorite levels. This one. But yeah, it looks correct. Cool. Let's move on to next. 8. Which is the 09. I think it looks correct. Yeah, it's if one platform is fine, like past. I guess we want to make sure past the 0 point that it's correct on both sides. That's a kind of important part. But if one platform is correct, most of them probably are. Okay, so we have DM18. Looks correct to me. Equator. Steam 12. Left, left, right. Left, left, right. Up. That way, that way, that way. I also managed to get spotlights. And it's good to see that these also survived the today's things. So like that these are also correct points to be good things being happening. Because they were like kind of buggy yesterday, and I fixed them, and I have changed a bunch of stuff, and they're still correct. Fusion core looks correct. This is, I think that's 5, right? It's not. That's dark. 7. One, two, three. Yeah, I mean this looks correct. Kill zone. This is just round planets. Limbo is 17. Yeah, looks good to me. Open battery, which is 14. This one looked good yesterday as well. And this is a bit more complex of a like planet, and that seems to be fine as well. It's also these guys. Orange skies. DMO3. This also has like different scaled platforms. And that seems to be correct. Those stones are in the correct position. Those stones, yeah. That's correct as I can see. Like there might of course be minor things that's very wrong, but like the overall thing seems to be, like the overall map seems to be correct. There's no like obvious issues. Cool. Shards. O2. Yep. Burning Haven is OS 10. That's the M10. OS 10. Like upside down. then it's inverted correctly with the abilities, of course, are missing on this one. Edge of the Void, we've looked at this all day. But let's make a final assessment. These are super close to each other. They are like that. Can you even get through here? I don't think you can. Yeah, and these will, again, look a bit wrong because one of the meshes are incorrect. I will fix that. Opium. There's way more room on the right side. Who the fuck made this map? I wonder if that's down to the incorrect mesh, perhaps. Let's hope so, because this is potentially an issue. Because you see, it's way closer here than it is here. There might be some things that are not correct, like the rotation being slightly off or something like that. I think it should be, yeah. That looks way better. Okay. That might still be there for flipped ones. What are the others then? Because these are touching here, but they're not touching here. Kind of lewd when you think about it. It's like they're off by 5. Both of them or something. And I hate stuff that's off by a small amount. I don't want to look into it right now because I suspect it has to do with mesh being incorrect, but it might be something. Final outpost. This should then have some similar issues, and they should be easy to spot. OS09. Yeah, this one's completely off. This one. This one of the guys that are but it's equally bad on both sides here. This is one object. These are not flipped. Okay, it's probably the incorrect mesh, I would hope. Or the mesh is like not rotated properly. Let's take a look. Are the values... Do the values make sense? Like if we copy this from Unity. Can we make it make sense? By like doing something like this. Doesn't look like it. It might be the an incorrect mesh. I have to look into it. Yeah, this looks incorrect. Normally these have like a rotation inside the mesh, like that or something. I don't know, like there's something going on here, so shape plans needs more work. I don't want to. I want to do materials. I mean, I don't want to do materials, but I want to do something else than this. If that makes sense. Is it the correct mesh? I want to make this today's stream a bit shorter even. Looks correct, right? One huge stone. Yeah, I think it's the same mesh. They're just like rocks and whatnot, so it's hard to tell. I think this one is just imported incorrectly, because everything, like if you take a look at this stone, that one looks correct. Like this one is pretty much perfect. So I think this is just an incorrectly imported mesh. Horizons. What is going on over here? Horizons is OS 8. Looks correct. Me. Neptune. OS 6. And I suspect this being very slightly incorrect as well. This one's flipped, right? No, this one's rotated for what other. How did we make levels? I don't know. This is tech debt. Its finest form. How is level formed? Okay, let's take a look at the. I mean, it's I say how is level formed and all that, but the fact that we did rotate it means that it's correct. Practice G. Looks correct. So, I mean, so far this looks good. Burning Haven. I need to stop printing this much. Practice B. Right now it seems like it's down to 2 issues with meshes. Perhaps a slight rotation issue that remains. Correct to me, right? Yeah. We looked at that. It's correct. Waiter. So many navigation points on this one. Practice C. Yep. Limbo. This looks incorrect. Maybe it's not. Limbo is Practice H. I clicked something. Practice H. What the hell is this? Does it like spawn the incorrect mesh here or something? It's also an inverted one, so hold on. I don't know if I am checking whether or not the game object is enabled or not. This looks somewhat incorrect. Yeah, but I think this is also one of the meshes. I'm pretty sure. It shouldn't be. It's just one of the bottom half ones. There should be like 2 of these guys. Which there are. It's 4 of them. Object 001 should be disabled. They should be in the same order at least, which is I think there's something bad about this position. I mean, it should be correct. That doesn't make it better. This one's also incorrect. Yeah, there's something wrong with rotation. Like this should be the proper rotation, and then I guess it just spirals out of control down here. And I think it's also made up from an issue with the incorrect. Like this one is the like these two are clearly 2 different meshes, but it's the one with the same name. So the importer has incorrectly created this mesh over here, which means that I shouldn't attempt to fix this. But there's still some issues with negative scale, but I just have to find the. And I think I know what the issue is. Because this is called fucking default platform kuk, which is cock in Swedish. Instead of being the default platform _f. So it doesn't run the flipping code for rotations, for one thing. I am unsure if I should. I mean, like oh, this is so. This is code. I mean, it's legal code. It's not very nice looking code. But it's very fun if you're Swedish. You can't if in English you can't do this thing that you're saying cock doesn't have the same oomph like saying kuk. So I don't know if I can translate this in localize it to English, but it's very fun. Did I save this? Let's see how it looks if I re-export it. It's fucking game. OG exports. This is EP limbo. Okay, first, ignore these guys down here. Does this one look correct? It does not look correct. It's correcter. But not correct enough. Yeah, it should be 270 here, and that's correct error. Even more correct. Right. It's not even that. 90, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I don't know. Looks like it should be like this, more or less. It's more like that. I don't know. I am pretty bored of doing this. I should do some fixing though. But yeah, I will do that off stream because this requires loud music and termination. Yeah, I'll cut it a bit shorter today. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. See